So we come to the issue of the case. Does the termination of the contract between the HHS and Philips resemble a lawful termination? For the reasoning, we're going to examine the following three questions. First, did a valid contract come into existence between the HHS and Philips in 2020? Second, which legal system applies in this case? And third, what valid justification can we find for the termination? Let's move to the first question. According to US law, a contract is defined as the total legal obligation that results from the parties' agreement as determined by the Uniform Commercial Code. Since the official signed contract is not public, the following events must suffice as indications for a valid contract. From emails sent by Philips' senior counsel, Ms. Edie, to the HHS, we know the details of a proposed letter contract stating the same prices and volumes as later communicated by the parties. On April 8, 2020, the HHS issued an official statement to announce the closing of a contract with Philips under the Defense Production Act. At the same time, Philips also issued a statement on the company website confirming the contract. From these actions, we deduct that a binding contract was signed. Now, let's move to the second question. Which legal system applies? Since Philips is a Dutch company, one could assume that Dutch law or internationally established principles like UNIDROIT might be applicable. However, one party is the HHS, the US government entity, and the other, Philips North America Inc., is Philips' US subsidiary. Both are US-based parties. Including additionally that the contract is based on the DPA, a US law, we come to the conclusion that the US law shall be applicable in this case. Under US law, and according to the contract, Philips is bound to produce 43,000 ventilators until December 2020, and the HHS is bound to pay the agreed price. If either party fails to complete the obligations, they face liabilities in front of a court. However, a contract can be modified or terminated if agreed by the parties or for causes provided by the applicable legal system. And one justification for termination of contract is the non-performance of a contract partner. For example, one party not delivering to the agreed extent. In this case, Philips had delivered in full accordance with the contractual obligations. Also, Philips was willing and able to continue performing the contract until completing the contractual obligation. Therefore, usual causes for terminations do not find application, and we must examine other applicable causes.